yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Bella Verita, I do think that worked. Happy 4th of July Eve. America's 2 old tomorrow, 248. So thank you for being here on this beautiful Why Wednesday. It's Jay Levine's Heart of Influence. Bella Verita, welcome to your show. Everybody, welcome. Today, we're exploring the superpower of influence. Yeah, it's a superpower. Bella, please, who's here on Jay Levine's show?
We have some extraordinary people for Jay Levine's Unblinded Real Estate Heart of Influence. And first, from Virginia Beach, Virginia, the tech head lawyer, owner of a law firm with 3 offices across 2 states, focuses a large part of his practice on cybersecurity and data privacy, helping businesses protect themselves and recover from cyber incidences. Passionate about business law and helping other lawyers find their personal success in running a practice. Let's welcome to the show, Callum Parks.
Bella? Over to here. Callum?
Kellum.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
That's okay.
Callum, the crowd went so wild for you. It was like super cool. So, Callum, thanks for being here. Plato, Callum, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So, Callum, we kick this game off with a fun fact. It's a headline, not a story. I'm sure covered in the green room. So, Callum, please, what is your fun fact that would make us say, Callum, no way?
Hey.
Yeah, please.
I am a Star Wars super fan, and it has led to over $50,000 of business because clients love me because I love Star Wars.
You are the man. Callum, what's your favorite Star Wars film?
I'm an old school, Empire Strikes Back.
There we go, Empire Strikes Back. And what is your favorite, I know favorite's a weird word, but what character moves you the most in the Star Wars?
Admiral Thrawn. He's a new one.
Ooh, Admiral Thrawn. I am not confused. I've read some of the novels myself. Love it.
There you go.
Star Wars do all the things. So not confused, Bella Verita. Complex character, that Admiral Thrawn. And welcome, Callum, to the Heart of Influence. Bella Verita, may the force be with us today. Let's go.
May the force be with us. Coming from Jersey City, New Jersey, CEO and founder of a private wealth firm with 25 years experience, specialized in helping high net worth clients and with portfolio construction tax I don't know if that's supposed to be right, but real estate planning, business valuations, and philanthropic planning with a degree in finance, multiple designations. He is actively involved in community service and international about his time with his family and intentional about his time with his family. Let's welcome to the show, John Arena.
John, welcome to Jay Levine's Unblinded Real Estate Heart of Influence. And please, John, what is your fun fact?
So my fun fact is that I have an homage to my heritage, and my family still owns the house my dad was born in Italy.
That is beautiful. Well, congratulations on that. That is a beautiful fun fact. Bella Verita, we have heart-centered people here. They love Star Wars. They love legacy, tradition, history. We continue in the galaxy long ago and far, far away. Let's go.
Let's continue in the galaxy of New Jersey. Warren, New Jersey, owns 11 restaurants with a partner, lost 3 months of business during COVID that took 3 years to recover from, opening a franchise as a business broker firm 2 months ago, working with business owners and entrepreneurs, using his own experience as a seller, owner, and consultant, guiding people through the process with trust and certainty. Let's welcome to the show, Sun Yun Lee.
I want to make sure I have this correctly, sir. Is it Sung Young?
Yes, perfect. Sung Young. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Sun Young. And welcome to the Heart of Influence. And please, your fun fact.
Fun fact, I once backpacked around India and Nepal on a budget of $100.
Dude, no way. Can I just ask this? Like, what was the normal eating for the day? Like, what would you eat?
What would I eat? Mostly Indian food, street food mostly, on a train or on the streets of India.
Wow. And what would street food for the day cost? Like a street food meal would cost approximately what, Sun Young?
So this was a 95. So I would assume a full days of eating would probably be 50 cents to 70 cents.
Wow. Unbelievable. Add 4 zeros, and that's what it's like to take Bella Verita out to dinner. Bella Verita, let's go.
Yeah, and I'm not eating street food either. Next up, in that galaxy of New Jersey, Hoboken, New Jersey, 23 plus years in real estate, expertly guiding clients through every transaction, specializing in 1 in 4 family homes, investments, and commercial properties, built a successful team of 41 agents, a trusted advisor to sellers, buyers, investors, landlords, and tenants, all while monitoring the new seasoned agent, helping them become leaders. Let's welcome to the show, Daniel, Mr. Robbins.
Daniel, welcome to Jay Levine's Unblinded Real Estate Heart of
Thank
Influence.
you.
Welcome to the party, and please, your fun fact.
I've been thinking since you've been asking everybody, because I didn't really have one prepped. We could go, I don't know, like one of 2 ways. Either a left-handed person born on New Year's whose license renews on leap year,
Dude,
or
that is a drop the mic illustration of a tight, fun fact with statistically improbable combinations of realities. Great job, sir. We've had close to 8,000 people in the Heart of Influence, and that is definitely a top 20 cool way to say it. And give us
And I totally missed it. Can I hear it again?
That's a great poll.
That is tremendous. And go with that again and give us the second one. You've earned a second.
Left-handed, born on New Year's, whose license renews on leap year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That
And
is
your second, you had
I once had coming back from a trek in Bali, and I left my wallet on the plane. That next destination was Bogota, Colombia, and I actually got the wallet back with all the money in it.
Whoa.
You weren't doing like major drug trafficking in Bogota.
No, I wasn't in Colombia. The plane's next destination from Newark was Colombia, and I still got the wallet back with $200 bills in it.
Yes, and fun footnote, one of our 4 co-founders of Unblinded, Fernando Valencia, is from Colombia. So that is a disclaimer for not saying anything to people from Colombia. Thank you very much. Awesome job. Appreciate you, Daniel. Super cool fun facts. Bella Verita, Jay Levine just brings cool people together. Let's go.
He does bring cool people together. We're going to go to a different galaxy, New York, New York. Founder of an AI consulting network with a background in accounting, business management, finance, and law, worked at PwC, focusing on automation and security, and recently graduated from law school and started his AI journey, offering personalized consulting tailored for growing companies, ensuring solutions respect human values and business ethics. Let's welcome to the show, Avi Hecker.
Avi, welcome to the Heart of Influence, Jay Levine style. Please, your fun fact.
So I view it as a fun fact, but I've actually had 2 hip surgeries by the time I was 25, one on each hip. So I usually tell people I'm lucky I didn't have a 3rd hip. Third hip surgery, but that really always throws people off.
Was it traumatic or something medical?
It was fine. I mean, it really made me...
I'm sorry, was it like a traumatic injury that it caused it? Or
No, I was born with something that like caused my hips to be off, so I had to have 2 hip surgeries when I was actually in college. So one on each hip.
Well, congratulations on your resiliency, your outlook, and all the beautiful things. And thanks for being here today, Avi.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's go, Bella. Let's go, Bella.
Back to Tenafly, New Jersey, an agent with New York Life, helping individuals and business owners to create, build, and preserve wealth, offering a variety of products to help meet several insurance and financial needs. Also helps real estate investors leverage life insurance to purchase properties and protect them. Let's welcome to the show, Ethan Grubbard.
Ethan, welcome to the Heart of Influence. Thank you so much, Ethan, for being here today. And please, Ethan, your fun fact coming from the great land of Tenafly, New Jersey.
So my fun fact, I've been, aside from being a financial professional, I've also been a professional indoor football player for going on since 2022. I told Jay that I played for in Oregon, New Jersey recently, and Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Cool.
So that's my fun fact.
One more time, Ethan, what's your last name?
Growlbard.
Very, very cool, brother. And where'd you go to high school?
Tenafly High School.
You go to Tenafly. Very good. Tenafly putting up numbers on the board. What position did you play?
Safety. DB.
Yeah, very, very cool. Awesome. Tenafly's biggest rival in your high school, still Dumont, or you guys have pivoted away?
Yeah. Is that right? I was talking to
Tenafly Tigers, Dumont Huskies, yes?
Yep, but I still go to Grant Street in Dumont.
All right, let's go. Bella Verita, rock on Bergen County football. Here we come.
Bergen County football.
Bella, do you know anything about Bergen County football?
I know you played football in Bergen County. That's what I know. And you are an Emerson Cavo. That's what I know about Bergen County football.
That's the most important thing, I think, right?
Yes, that is the most important thing, as well as Bella has been to the Emerson High School football field and all the spots. Let's go, Bella.
I definitely have. Next up, from Morris Plains, New Jersey, private mortgage banker with Wells Fargo, the only team in the entire company that works exclusively with high net worth individuals handling complex cash flow, navigating the gray areas of the loan world, started in mortgages in 2006 and immediately past president of a local builders association, cares deeply about people, supported by the industry, getting involved in any way to care for and support each of them individually. Let's welcome to the show our own Andrea Lamonaco.
Andrea, welcome to the Heart of Influence. Jay. Yes. Hello. Please, your fun fact.
I love my fun fact because on the side, I power lift, and the best I ever picked up 325 on a deadlift. So.
Let's go. I want to see Jay Levine powerlift, deadlift 320.
I don't want to see that.
My favorite hat says, "Seriously, I could deadlift you," and it's true.
That is super cool, Andrea. Thank you for that. Jay, you deadlifting 325?
I want to see if the other Jay Levine can do that. I don't have to. It's all good.
All
There's
right, let's
another
go. Andrew's got this. Come on, Bella Rita. Deadlift competitions begin at the end of the show. Come on.
Let's go. I'm going to deadlift you. Next up, last but not least, from New Milford, New Jersey, co-founded 194 Real Estate Group in 2020, grown to 20 plus agents, reaching over 80 million in sales, recognized in 2023 as one of Bergen County's best in both individual and company real estate. Recently moved to Caldwell Banker in Q1, recognized as one of the top 20 teams in New York, New Jersey metro area, helping all clients and agents reach their goals using the formula of integrous influence and the new form of competition, which is collaboration. Let's welcome to his show, Mr. Jay Levine.
Mr. Jay Levine, heart-centered impact leader, unblinded real estate. This is what this man is up to in the world. Making magic happen. Come on, Jay. Your fun fact.
So first, I got to update the bio to just under 100 million because that's where we're at the moment.
Yes, Jay Levine.
So I got to update that. I'll send that to Craig. And my fun fact, unlike Dan, who got his wallet back with $200 bills, when I was 21, I lost my birth certificate because I didn't have a passport and you could travel without it in Mexico, and I did not get it back.
Ooh. So there's currently a man running around Mexico City posing as Jay Levine.
Yes, and I say that is my next sentence after every time I tell that story. There is a Mexican Jay Levine running around Arriba somewhere out there doing things like selling houses. I love it. I want to meet the guy.
Rocking it at Senor Frogs in Cancun, Jay Levine. Come on. Yes, I'm going to introduce the one and only co-host of The Heart of Influence. This woman began her career in influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. 19 years old, 7-figure business generator she was in the space of network marketing. That's not easy to do. What are you, 21 now? At the age of 24, 25, 26, three-peating like Michael Jordan, but not in basketball. Instead, as the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. 24, 25, and 26 she did this at. First woman ever to do it at all, and 24 years old, youngest person, male or female, ever to be Nevada's #1 business broker. Starts training entrepreneurs and Fortune 500 companies and how to be, I don't know, amazing like her. Every sales team in 2019 she worked with doubled their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer in the most extreme of conditions. She may have learned this from YouTube or like from a blind man, as long as she's like chill with the blind man on that day. She's a philanthropist, raising more than $10 million for the Unblinded team over the past 2 years, and published author times 2. And in 2023, this heart-centered, resilient, powerful leader publicly, courageously, and inspirationally battled cancer and won. Let's welcome to this show the woman that put the heart in the heart of influence in her more than 800th episode, Bella Barita. Bella, I told you that spending time in the ocean was better for you. Yes. Please, Bella Barita, what is your fun fact?
Yes, he's been trying to convince me of that all day because he's been paying more attention to the ocean than he's been paying attention to me today, and somehow convincing me integrally that it was for my benefit. I'm not sure I buy this, but yes. But my fun fact is today, Sean, I'm going to go with the fact that I did learn to surf, ski, and scuba dive on YouTube. I mean, by a blind guy.
That is outstanding. Thank you, Bella Barita. Yes,
I did learn to surf. Sean did actually teach me to. A blind guy did actually teach me. That is Sean to surf, ski, and scuba dive.
Sean learned it on YouTube.
Yes, but I learned it on YouTube. Yes.
Yeah.
Bella Barita, let's go. Let's rock and roll, please.
Let's do it. But let me introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Bet Key at body surfing competitions. He is only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. And in fact, he's so cool that the whole state of New Jersey actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages from Fortune 10 companies to Fortune 500 companies such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, soon to be MasterCard, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not flying around speaking on stages with thousands and thousands of people, he's an incredible philanthropist that raised nearly $10 million for refugees in the Ukraine. Let's welcome to the show my co-host, Sean Callaghan.
Thank you, Bella Vreda. Thank you, Gia Levine. Thank you, everybody, for being here again on 4th of July Eve. Much gratitude and warm welcome. My fun fact for today is going to be this. Yes, I'm a blind man that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive. And because I've had the privilege of paying more than $125 million in employee salaries in my life, I have the ability to have a scaled business that permitted me to be on the beach today from 6:45 a.m. until 2 minutes before this very show, which I am super grateful for. I did some work on the beach today and surfed 20 waves today pre-break. So that is my fun fact for today, Bella Vreda.
That is a super fun fact, Sean Callaghan. Next time you can take the rest of us with you because we all want to surf 20 waves also. But until then, I think we have a show to do.
Yes, let's go because I have some more waves to catch. So let's hurry up here. Just kidding. Or half kidding. Bella Vreda, who's going first on Gia Levine's new Unblinded Real Estate Heart of Influence.
Let's kick this off with Mr. John. How are you now?
John, here's what we're exploring. We're having fun, saying a whole bunch of things, get to know each other a little bit here, John. But what we're up to is serious business. Who's our next president? How'd the debate go? What's our business? Where's it at? How much is our bank account? What's our net worth? How much time, freedom, duplication, scaling do we have or not? How much money do we want to raise to cure diseases? Maybe end sex trafficking, cure blindness, put blind people to work. Any of these things and all of them and anything else we could think of that requires another human being requires our ability to go from hello to yes. Pitching, hooking, closing, yuck. Hi, how are you? I'm calling to talk to you about something you don't want to hear about, and I'm untrained and horrific at this, but I'm one of a whole bunch of people put on the phone all day long to do this, and now I'll be replaced by AI shortly, and they'll be much better, but I'm horrific, and boom. I have empathy for people. There's no training, no acceleration, but you guys know what you're doing. That's why Jay brought you here. So we're exploring in this beautiful research and development laboratory called the Heart of Influence, what is it that causes people to be able to generate yes? So John, Bella, to illustrate this, is going to be anybody you want her to be. She could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner. Heck, she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, whomever, John. 3-minute conversation. This is not Wolf of Wall Street, meets Shark Tank, meets Boiler Room, pitching, hooking, closing, yuck. But what does it look like when heart-centered, sophisticated people come together and cause yes? And the yes could be, John, just a yes to a longer meeting or conversation. So please, John, who would you like Bella Vreda to be?
Oh, and John, just unmute for us. He's finding that unmute then. There we go.
Yes, okay. So who would I like Bella Vreda to be? It's an interesting question.
Somebody that yes would matter to you, like ideal client is the way a lot of people go. Somebody famous to raise money for charity. Those are two common patterns. But what are your thoughts, John?
Ideal client.
Cool. And what is an ideal client demographic for you? What does Bella do? What's happening? What's her problem?
So Bella is a business owner that has a successful business, but at some point thinking about transitioning out, and then has a family that's thinking, and she's thinking about her family in regards to what her legacy looks like down the road.
Cool. Bella Vreda, let's go.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, this is John.
Hi, John. How are you? My friend Jay said that you were going to be giving me a call. Unfortunately, I only have, a couple of minutes today because I'm getting ready for the 4th of July, but I wanted to take the call.
Oh, great. So, Jay told me that you were in business and that you were thinking about the next steps in your life. And I just wanted to find out what's important to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for asking. And I would say, at this point in my life, really having more magic, spending more time with my family, my business being, I'm looking to scale, but it also needing less of my time so that I can spend more time with my family.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about your family.
Yeah, I have 2 little ones, and I think at some point I want them to take over the business. So the legacy of what we're building is super important that, they carry on the family name as well.
So if you had your ideal life, what would it look like in 5 years?
In 5 years, I would say, maybe we're running the business like 3 weeks a month, taking a week, a month off, traveling somewhere with the family, them probably being homeschooled so we can travel regularly, learn on the road. Obviously we have a happy family life, and I think that kind of covers the basics.
And you built this for yourself and your family, and at some point you have to think about what it looks like down the road when you're no longer here in this universe. And what does that look like for you?
Well, I think that looks like me being cremated and my ashes spread everywhere if I'm not here anymore.
But what's your legacy? Like, everyone has a legacy that they want to,
I think my legacy is expanding possibility for people. Like I'm really here to be a possibility stretcher.
Okay. And what help do you need into getting that? Like, what clarity do you need to bring that to fruition?
I think, but I'm not sure what I need clarity on, honestly. There's nothing that's coming up specifically that I need any clarity on.
And how can I help design a plan to make sure that everything is in order so that your vision comes to fruition?
Yeah, I think maybe I need to understand a little bit more about, what it is that you do. Unfortunately, I'm out of time right now. But I think I need to understand a little bit more about what it is that you do and how it fits in and how it can help us.
So can we say sometime in the future, we set up a time to meet and see how I can help bring your dreams to fruition?
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, John, why don't you drop in, John, real quick? In 30 seconds, how could you help design that plan? Like, what makes you great at what you do? How could you help?
So, one, obviously, in any legacy, there's some sort of like number that we need to get to that you're trying to pass on generationally. So I can help in that, like establishing what we need to achieve from an investment perspective to get to that number so that that legacy lives. The other part of it is we got conversations about tax, how to make sure that we're efficient in that asset transfer, whether it be the business or whether it be, from one generation to the next.
Yeah. So what I'm understanding, John, is that what you're here to do in the world, or one of the things you're here to do in the world, is help people get real clear on what the number is and how to get there in the most optimal way without being eaten up by taxes and fees inefficiently, non-integrously, like most people are. Most people are clueless about what the number is, how to get there, and they get eaten up alive by taxes and fees. Am I hearing you correctly?
Yes, that's it.
John's got it, Bella Rita. Let's go. Who's next?
John has got it. Next up, we got Kellum Parks.
Kellum? Bella's going to be anybody you want her to be. Who would you like her to be, please?
Bella, I would love for you to be a doctor that owns a practice. You're an owner of a medical practice.
This is one of our favorites here, Kellum. Dr. Bella.
Dr. Bella.
Aging Dr. Bella. Take us in.
Hey, I like this. Hello, this is Dr. Bella.
Dr. Bella, this is Kellen Parks. How are you?
I'm doing well, Kellen. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Jay gave me your name. He said that I could give you a call. You've got some concerns about your cybersecurity and making sure your practice is all buttoned up.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. We've been hacked once before. There was a lot of patient security stuff. It was definitely a concern. And so we need to look at what we can do from here.
Sure, completely understand. I do a lot of this all over the country. And unfortunately, you're subject to HIPAA, which is a lot more onerous, and you have to do reporting, and you've got the government looking over you. So it's really important that you're buttoned up as much as possible. So what I'd like to do is just take a quick second and learn a little bit more about your practice. How big is your office? Do you have more than one office? How many employees do you have? Give me an idea of how big you are.
Yeah, we have 3 clinics. We've got about 27 employees across the 3 different clinics in the northern New Jersey area. And we've been in business for about 15 years. And most of our staff has been with us for a long time. Our attrition rate is really good.
Fantastic. And do you help run the practice, or do you have an office manager that does most of the work?
We have office managers for all 3 clinics.
Okay. And how about your IT help? Do you have in-house, or do you outsource your IT specialties?
We do all that outsourcing.
All right. Last question I have for you is, do you have a robust cybersecurity insurance plan in place?
That I don't actually know the answer for. I'd have to check with the team. I don't actually know that answer directly.
That's okay. Don't feel bad. That happens all the time. I'm a lawyer, not a doctor. So you're a doctor, not a lawyer. So that's why I'm calling. So hopefully I can give you some help with that. So what I'd like to do is ultimately, this is a conversation that we're going to have to really dig into, because I'm going to need some more information to see how best I can help you, or really honestly, if I can help you. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I've got the right expertise, particularly with the New Jersey area and your needs. So what I'd like to do is set up a time that we can maybe get together, have a longer conversation. I'll send you some information to get back to me. I just really want to explore sort of your vulnerabilities, what you need, and then we can have a conversation ultimately on maybe how I can help. And I'm happy to give you sort of the highlights of what that looks like if you'd like.
That sounds good. Now let me ask you this. Can you help me hack my competitors' system so that I can direct all their clients over here?
I cannot, and I would advise you do that. That's a big issue for you in a lot of ways. So we're not going to do that, and I'll give you free advice and tell you not to do that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. So look, at the end of the day, Dr. Bella, what I want to do is put together some planning, because the whole goal is that we want to minimize the risk that you're going to have an incident. The risk is never zero, unfortunately, and they want to maximize the recovery so that you have the most insurance you need, that is going to pay for all this stuff, the downtime is minimized, you know how to notify people. And at the end of the day, you can focus on what you do best, which is take care of your patients and not worry about all this other stuff.
That sounds like a good deal to me. Callum, thank you for being such an integrous man, helping me not hack into my competitors. And I look forward to that longer conversation. Great job.
Excellent job, Callum. Great job, John. Now it's time, Bella, Jay Levine, for the feedbackers. Come on, Belle.
Yes, judges, otherwise known as feedbackers, this is a time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. And so it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either John or Callum, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then like a little next step system. And so is that next step, you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have to have a longer conversation with John or Callum. I don't think anybody's needing a root canal today. It is the day before 4th of July. I'm sure we all got better plans and want to eat lots of cupcakes tomorrow. But maybe that next step is like a little mocha chocolate latte and a muffin at Starbucks for a little bit longer conversation. Or if that's not long enough, you would be willing to rent a private jet. Excuse me, you would actually rent a private room at Capital Grille and have like a nice seafood tower, a nice juicy steak, maybe even dessert, so you can spend the longest amount of time possible with Callum or John. And if that's still not enough time, then you would be willing to rent a private jet. Of course, stopping picking up Jay Levine. You can pick up me too. We can leave Sean since he's having fun at the beach, and we can fly anywhere in the world with Kellum and John and spend the most amount of time possible. So let's kick this off with how about Daniel? Daniel, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kellum?
So I thought that Kellum, he was the one who went second, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. I like one of the things I liked about Kellum is he does what I do a lot, is he asks a lot of questions. He doesn't, it's not like he's not verbally vomiting on all over you. He's asking you what's going on, and then he's taking mental notes and writing down notes about your situation so he can formulate a plan to close the call to get your business the next time.
And Daniel, what's the next step? Cup of coffee, seafood tower, juicy steak, or private jet? What's up?
Well, for me in my business, it would be me actually going out and getting a listing appointment.
Cool. All right.
So for him, it's probably something along the lines of the same. Maybe it's a phone call with Bella's spouse if she's married, because that would be a question I'd ask to see if you're married, and then get both decision makers there so we can all be on the same page.
Bella Vreda, Daniel's on it. Let's go.
Daniel's on it. Next up, let's go Ethan. Ethan, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for John?
I thought he did well. I thought he did well explaining the situation and articulating what he's trying to cross. Would love to learn more about what he's putting down. It really much interests me.
Cool. And so next step, Ethan, what would your next step be? Cup of coffee, juicy steak, private jet? I don't know, maybe a game of
I'd never say cup of coffee. I'd never say cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee, Bella Rita, maybe a little mocha chocolate. Let's go, Bella.
Let's go. Next up, let's go, Mr. Hot Avi. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kellum?
Is that me? Sorry, it cut off.
Yeah,
Yes.
Avi, your 30 seconds of feedback for
Okay.
Kellum.
Avi, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Avi.
Yeah, I really liked the way Kellum approached and the provoking questions and the energy he brought to the meeting. I felt like it kept it going along smoothly, and like how it brought to some laughter towards the end to just break up the friction between you two. And I thought that was a really nice job.
Awesome. Great job, Avi. And what would the next step be?
I would definitely get a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee. And what kind of coffee would you get, Avi?
Probably an iced caramel latte.
Caramel latte. Iced caramel latte, Bella Vreda. Put that in the books. Let's go.
Iced caramel latte sounds delicious. Let's go. Song, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for John?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm trying to grasp what this concept is, this whole discussion. So I don't know if I understand it 100%, but if I was put in this situation to ask questions, I would probably feel like I'm in the same shoes of John. What I kind of felt from a third party standpoint was I didn't feel the enthusiasm as much. I wasn't quite sure if we knew what questions we were asking, and at the end of the day, I don't know if the person on the other side would take the next call. But having said that, I feel like if I was put in the same situation, I think not understanding this concept 100%, I may have had similar kind of a conversation here.
Got it. So can I ask this, Sun Young, what's a yes that you want to achieve in the world?
What is a
yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is a yes that I want to achieve in the world?
Yeah. What is the most valuable yeses that you want to achieve regularly, continuously, and repeatedly, or one yes that would be profoundly impactful? So, for example, it could be, I want to create a yes that my movie script accepted. It could be, I want a yes from the top strategic partner I could have that would create 1,000 sales meetings with ideal avatars. So we talk about the fact of scalability, impact of business is clearly knowing who you want to create yes with. whether it's strategic partnership or repetitive yes with ideal client. So yes, what would be an ideal yes for you, either repetitively, continuously, or singularly to create a massive amount of exponential more sales meetings?
The yeses in my situation with my new career today would be the yeses to people signing my marketing agreement for brokerages.
Yeah.
Right.
So the scenario that you would create then,
Yeah.
for example, would be with an ideal client that would be signing your marketing brokerage agreement. Make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
So the whole concept of this is so fundamental, foundational, and the differential at people causing yes. Like the reason I spoke on Tony Robbins 18 times is because I caused yes more than everybody else. I broke every sales record in history of that stage, virtually.
Right.
The reason I caused yes in front of a jury, that's how I have 2 top 100 national and jury verdicts of 102 attorneys out of 1.2 million. Everything Thomas Edison was able to not only create the light bulb, but then he caused yes in its distribution and its growth. Does that make sense? Like Mark Zuckerberg had to create yes with 1 billion plus people that use Facebook through sequential yes processes, including the people initially at Harvard that even went onto the site to begin with. Is that landing a little better?
Yeah, I think I'm starting to understand the background a little bit. I guess the confusion was not knowing everybody other than the short intro. I didn't understand exactly what the ask was.
Yeah. Perfect. So
that's
yeah.
all.
Got it. No
Okay,
problem.
thanks for explaining.
All good. Bella Rita, please.
Let's go, Andrea. Andrea, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kellum?
I really enjoyed Kellum's question and answer. I think like and I loved that fact when you said right in the middle, he goes, you know, everybody comes in thinking that they have the right answer for you and that they have exactly what you need. And you even proposed a question like, I don't know if I have the solution for you. This is what we're trying to find out. And I thought that was very honest, and that just like probably takes people's animosity down like 10 notches when they feel like they're being sold something. Nothing made it feel like, you know, like you were trying to sell Bella something along the way. You were just honestly looking to see if you had a solution. And I thought that was a great thing to say.
Awesome. So Andrea, and what would the next step be?
I think we're getting the seafood tower. I'm sorry. I'm Sicilian, first of all, so I was going to eat with most of anybody here that I didn't hate, but like we're going to seafood tower, you and I.
Cast the Alaskan king crab legs, Bella Rita. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Last but not least, Mr. Jay Levine, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for John?
So first off, I want to give just say to John, going first is never easy, right? So congratulations and thank you for stepping up to the plate and really, really killing it. I thought you did a great job. I thought your energy was calm, it was comfortable, it felt safe. You asked great questions. If I had to give any optimizations, it would be to draw from some of the fun energy that Kellum was displaying, or show some fun. I don't know what that was. Show some fun energy in there. But your questions were profound, they were heartfelt, they were deep, and I felt like you were really talking to Bella and not in a role play. So for me, it would be a seafood. I don't really want to have the seafood tower, but it'd be a seafood tower with the steak. I like the steak better than the seafood, but let's go steak.
Excellent job, Jay Levine. Wonderful, yes, courageous step. John and Kellum being in that participant seat. And now for everyone, to further illustrate the concept, Bella Rita, who's quite mischievous, is going to turn the tables on me, put me in the hot seat, and make me go from hello to yes with whomever she perceives to be the person who will be the most difficult for me to go from hello to yes with. Bella Rita, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Sean. So this is my favorite time in the show, everyone, because this is the time that I get to put Sean on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about. Because John, Kellum, maybe you guys knew what you were doing, maybe you didn't, but I promise I'm gonna get Sean back for you. So Jay, I have 3 scenarios for you to choose from. You can choose one of my scenarios, or you can scrap them and come up with something much harder, because Jay is as equally mischievous as I am, and sometimes he comes up with something much harder. Jay,
I have something here, so I'm ready to hear yours though.
Okay. All right. Well, the 3 options I have for you today was, I know Kellum is a Star Wars fan. And so I thought option number 1 actually is Sean could role play John going from hello to yes with Han Solo as like, what is his legacy past Star Wars, and like, what is his investment in route and wealth look like? So that's option number one. Sean would role play John, going from Hello Yes with Han Solo. Option number two is, as you well know, we have Tanya Freeman, that is in the Unblinded ecosystem, who is the president of University Hospital. So I thought option number two is Sean could role play Callum, going from Hello to Yes with Tanya Freeman as to their cybersecurity for the hospital. So that's option number two. And then option number three, I did a little bit of research and I found a really fun business in New Jersey. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, Jay. It's called Diggerland. And it is a construction theme park for kids. So I thought option number three is Sean could role play Sung, going from Hello to Yes with the with Diggerland's team to be their business broker. So those are the three options I have for you today, Jay. I don't know if those tickle your fancy, or if you've got something harder, you're going to stick it to Sean for me.
So I have something here and I'm going to make it as easy as possible. And it got a little easier because Thomas had to jump off for compliance. So unfortunately, Thomas is no longer part of our syndication group that I'm about to form right here. So everyone just became real estate investors as of right now. Bella, yourself, Sean included, everybody in the call. Dan and myself, we're in charge of getting the projects. Kellum and Sean, they're legal, obviously. Andrea, access to the builders and the contractors. And then Ethan and John, financial all the way. You gotta help us with our financial. And then Sung, business advisor, and AI tech from Avi. But what we're looking for, Sean, is identity. And we're looking for Derek Jeter to be a part of our syndication group. And Derek Jeter has a legacy that he wants to have after baseball. And why would he want to be part of our group? That is why we've hired Sean Callaghy to come and talk to Derek Jeter about being in our syndication mega all-star team. Sean, does that sound interesting to you? And Daniel Misrobian, who just gave a little fist pump, I would like you to be Derek Jeter, my friend.
All right. So yes, and Jay, did I have any idea this was going to be the scenario for today?
No, because I wrote it down on this piece of paper, and you can't see this piece of paper. I know that.
So Jay, as Jeter, am I like a hard no for all that? Like, what's my role here?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Derek has a legacy in mind, and if it doesn't align with him, he's going to say no. He's probably not an easy person to get a yes from. So Sean's going to have to do is
Daniel, you can be as difficult as you want. Just the only statement is please be integrous.
Yeah.
So be as difficult as you want, but not silly, right? So once we come to answers that Derek Jeter wouldn't give, like don't do that, but be as difficult. Sound good?
You're like an agent and I'm a seller trying to get your listing. So it's the same thing.
There you go.
There you go. So hello, is Mr. Jeter available?
Yeah, this is Mr. Jeter. Who's this?
Hey, Mr. Jeter, Sean Callaghy with a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Is still a good time for you?
I have 1.5 minutes.
All right, Mr. Jeter, I definitely don't want to pressure you. I could feel immense amounts of time stress. How about we reschedule? Your team said you'd be ready for the 3 minutes. I can't possibly deliver in 1.5 minutes. What needs to occur? My apologies, sir. I know who you are. There's no question. I just want you to know how much I honor your time. But your team said 3 minutes. I cannot deliver that in 1.5 minutes.
You have 3 starting now.
Thank you. And I will honor the 3 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Jeter. So can I ask you this? Why, and it seems like maybe you're not up for it, but why do you think your team scheduled this conversation between you and I?
I can't even tell you how many people in a given day that are trying to want me to invest with them, looking for us to partner with them, this, that, and the other. So to be honest with you, I don't know. You must have made some kind of impression on them for them to actually schedule the meeting. So the fact that you're talking to me right now says something to me. I need you to tell me why you need my money.
I don't need your money, but thank you for that. So Mr. Jeter, and I will honor the 3 minutes, and I promise when we conclude, it's going to be a positive feeling. So I got 2 minutes to go, and I'm going to ask you, please, a question, because I want to speak into your listening. I don't just pitch people, and certainly not Derek Jeter. And so, Mr. Jeter, my question, if you wouldn't mind answering, would be, what are you looking for? What's the mission, vision, purpose, the why you're even in business at this point? I've listened to your speeches. I've read your book. I understand you want to create as much impact as you can. But if you could please share with me really briefly, what is it that you're looking for in the why kind of purpose component, as well as the return component? Like what's present around that, Mr. Jeter?
That's a great question. I appreciate you asking that. And I'll say that because of that question, we may go over the 3 minutes. Sean, that's okay. We're going to give you a carte blanche on that. So what's important to me, and I'm sure as you see me over the years, giving back, sharing time, children, people in need, things of that nature, those are always very important to me. I've taken a lot of pride in the fact that my name means something and carries weight in influential circles. So that's important to me. Let's look at it this way, Sean. In 2 generations, 99% of people aren't going to be known to their family, because I'm going to imagine to say you probably don't know your great-grandfather, do you?
That would be correct, Mr. Jeter.
Yeah. So in 2 generations, he's a distant memory. I don't want that to be for me and my family, and also for my name. I want to be known as somebody when I'm gone. The legacy that I've built here, whether it's children's hospitals, whether it's something with my family that real estate that I'm leaving to my family that's going to continue their legacy of wealth and service and generosity to others. That's what's going to make me and drive me and make me happy and whole.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Mr. Jeter. I'm hearing the passion, the heart, the presence to it. Would it be okay if I had 1 more minute to share a couple of things from that place that may or may not resonate with you?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Mr. Jeter, one of your colleagues, Roger Clemens, could vouch for who and what I am. We created a gala for the 100th anniversary of Helen Keller and the American Foundation for the Blind. We disrupted all their fundraising records ever. Tony Robbins, if you like him or not, to get to his stage, one of the most competitive places to get to in the world. It's like the World Series of speaking. I was on it 19 times. I shattered every record on that stage. Why do I tell you this? I tell you this because what I've seen, and Lee Steinberg, the greatest sports agent in history, is actually a friend of mine who would be another reference for me. And Lee Steinberg has seen the power of what I could do in philanthropic fundraising also. But all of these fine folks tend to have their agents slap their name on something because they get a few bucks, it doesn't go well, and nothing happens. Peter Drucker, the creator of the modern MBA program, said that business is nothing more than marketing and innovation. What is marketing? The creation of sales meetings. My greatest expertise in the world, Mr. Jeter, is how to create sales meetings through building platform and leveraging. What we're interested in is having a conversation with you about your identity, not your money, your identity. And exactly what you want to build for your legacy is exactly what we want to create, a massive conglomerate of Derek Jeter's influence in this instance, in the space of real estate, and then far beyond. I know him a time, Mr. Jeter. So simply put, we have a plan, and the proposal is to have a 30-minute follow-up conversation that we will outline that will be a cause in the matter of taking you to being a multi-billionaire within 5 years, with having your philanthropic fundraising efforts raise more than $500 million a year. And if, Mr. Jeter, you think this is nonsense, silly, and fraudulent, I will put $1 million in escrow with your legal counsel. And if you think I wasted your time, that $1 million goes to the charity of your choice. You can't lose, Mr. Jeter. So please, how do you feel about how would it resonate or not to have a 30-minute follow-up conversation? Because I know that you are the future of business and impact in a way that is so much more profoundly broad than Michael Jordan and Tom Brady combined. Please.
I like everything that you said. It seems as though you're in alignment with my goals and objectives regarding my legacy. So you've definitely done your homework. I'd like to, go with my advisor team and just review it with them. So if you're okay with that, then we can reconvene at another time.
Absolutely. So should I contact your team and provide them all our info and set up our follow-up?
Yeah, that would be whoever set this meeting up for you. Just reach out to them. And who did set up this meeting for us?
This was actually your attorney, John Smith.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, reach out to John. And I will actually thank him for it because this was a very fruitful meeting. And set up the time for we'll get to set up the time for the next call and take it from there.
Mr. Jeter, thank you. And thank you for being an example possibility of what a celebrity and professional athlete can be in America. Thank you and have a blessed day.
I appreciate you. Thanks.
Thank you. Out of roll. Daniel, how'd I do having a conversation with the one and only Derek Jeter, please?
I like it. I like that, me giving you a hard time. That's exactly what I do when like I talk to a seller and they say, well, my spouse can't be there. My next thing is, okay, let's reschedule a time when both the decision makers can be there because we need to all be on the same page. So you did exactly what I do. So I love that. And I noticed that time was going to be an issue. So I just want to give you the okay that it's not going to be a problem. What you did that I really like, that I appreciate that you did, is you're basically edifying yourself by popping out Lee Steinberg and Roger Clemens, two people that can verify you. That's a big edification that I want to hear from Derek Jeter. I don't want to just hear Sean's sales pitch of how great he is and what he can do. I want to hear examples of people that I can call that have already had his expertise and is benefiting them and blessing them in their life. So that was huge. When you said that, I wrote that right down. So big time thumbs up on that.
Yeah, thank you, brother. And by the way, that's absolutely true. So I've opened Lee Steinberg's 2 of his last 3 Super Bowl parties. Lee's been on this very show. Lee Steinberg has been on the show 3 times. 3
Nice.
times.
I know exactly who you're talking. Yeah, I know the name.
That's the actual Jerry Maguire, right?
Yeah.
And Roger Clemens is, I will say this to honor Roger, he was the greatest professional athlete I've ever worked with, ever, period.
Give me one reason why.
Because he was fully present, humble, and egoless. We had dinner the night before the American Foundation for the Blind Gala. I caused extra coming from Hollywood to come to the gala. And Roger Clemens, there were 16 other professional athletes. He was head and shoulders above every single other person. And I won't tell you who the bottom 3 were. And they were horrific, and they're all names that you would know. And Roger Clemens couldn't have been more gracious, more present, and more amplifying of the entire purpose of the evening. He was fully invested at every level. He was extraordinary.
Awesome, man. Thanks for sharing, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And by the way, for fun, I had a conversation with Dwight Gooden the day before for 2 hours in my office, and then Roger Clemens at dinner with Bella the next night, and we talked about Game 6, 1986 from both of their perspectives. And I'm a Met fan. It was one of the most extraordinary.
Wow. Yeah, one here. That's so crazy.
It's crazy. So Daniel, great job today. I know we're running long. Really wonderful job as Derek Jeter. And Daniel, how was your time today on the Heart of Influence? Please.
I mean, is there a better way to spend an hour? No, I would have been making follow-up calls with my team and stuff. So this is definitely a nice breather break for that. So, and to meet, great people, great people doing great things. Can't beat it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Daniel. Did a great job. Kellum, super impressed. Your presence, your humor, your energetic variance, your certainty, very clearly present. Fantastic job. And Kellum, how was your time today on Jay Levine's Unblinded Real Estate Heart of Influence?
Thanks, Sean, for the kind words. It was great. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the format. I enjoyed for the limited meeting people, but I enjoyed meeting everyone and being able to participate. I appreciate you asking me.
Yeah, really great job. Sung, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you, your feedback, your transparency and integrity, and assessing your perspectives. And how did your time end up overall, Sung, on the Heart of Influence?
It was a good learning experience, and thanks for explaining everything along the way. Perhaps if I listened in a second time, it would be more valuable.
Cool. Well, we got lots more to do, so you're welcome to return for sure. John, thank you for being in the participant seat. Never an easy place to be, kicking off the show. Courageous, vulnerable. Thank you. And how was your time today on Jay Levine's Heart of Influence, John?
It was great. It was a good learning experience, and it's always good to hear how others do what they do, and how I can incorporate that into my day-to-day routine.
Yeah. And listen, brother, we have a lot of financial services providers on the show. I own a financial company myself, and I would always sit in just like your certainty, let that be there. You're clearly a very heart-centered human that cares about people and integrity. And like the more precise, it's like, hey, taxes, fees will destroy you. Let us take a second look. People are always getting killed on taxes and fees because they have somebody they trust, they've been working with for a long time. And I'm just a second opinion. I'm a second set of eyes to take a look. I think you find a great access point. I'm sure you're incredibly successful. I took somebody in financial services from 8 sales meetings per month to 2,000 sales meetings per month. True story, no paid advertising, by amplifying the yeses he created, but also creating that kind of second review certainty. So, John, thanks for being here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bella Rita, who else is here on Jay Levine's Heart of Influence?
Next up, which I am certain this was quite a less painful than 2 hip surgeries. So let's go. Avi, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
I really enjoyed watching people's different perspectives on approaching different issues, and it was very nice to see how different people broke that down.
Well, Avi, thank you for being here and for your resiliency and vulnerability. Bella Rita.
And let's go next up. Ethan, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
Heart of Influence is great for me. I appreciate getting different views and different ways to approach situations. So thank you guys.
Yeah, awesome job, Ethan. Congratulations on all your impact and success. It is never the statistical improbability of ever getting paid to play a sport is infinitesimally small, and it says something about a human being clearly when they do. So thank you, Ethan. Great job.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Bella Rita.
Andrea, you've been here before. This is not your first rodeo, but how was your time today on Jay Levine's Heart of Influence?
I gotta say, I learn something new every time I'm here. And I learned time and time again that the listening of people and understanding who their identity is, and if they don't know that, how we can help them like anchor into that is, I believe, the most influential thing we can do for people. I just love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Andrea. Really appreciate you being here. And that brings us, of course, to the heart-centered, impactful leader that brought everybody here together, who knows a lot about where to point the yeses at, like how to create yes with integrity, where to point it at as he is crushing his business growth and impact for people. Jay Levine, brother, please, your final on your Unblinded Real Estate Heart of Influence.
I'll go quick. I hear a wave crashing in the background. So, I mean, listen, to speak into what Sung said a little bit too about listening to it again, you know, we could go play a round of golf. We could go have the dinner at the Capitol Grill, and all those are great next steps. But what it does is it brings people together that should know each other, or at least have the possibility of getting to know each other to see what is possible. And that's what I love about the show, is it brings together people that very likely would have never spoken to one another. So the opportunities, the possibilities are just beginning. And if I don't see you again, I hope that's not the case. I wish you all the best, but I thank you all for coming out, playing full out, and Sean and Bella and Andrea, who also helped invite some people this week. Thank you for everything you guys do. I appreciate you very much.
Awesome. And thank you everybody for being here today. And we have 3 gifts because of Jay, really quickly for everybody. First, next Wednesday, we'll have our deep practice session, and we'll be doing the deep practice session is bringing people together to train, learn the causing of yes, what that all looks like. Nothing is sold there. Second, we have our group influence book that many people have been exponentially blown away by. This is not a Chat GPT AI throwaway. This is a book that we sell, and we've sold more than 1,000 copies already with no publishing. This is all self-published, but people are blown away by what's present in that book, and we're selling more than 100 books a week on that, and it's not even something we're primarily focused on at all. So that's our gift to you as well. And third, we have a business acceleration session for you. Again, I repeat and reemphasize, nothing sold to you there. Nothing sold to you in any of these things. Do we have things to do together forever? Absolutely. We want to build transparent relationships where you win. But first, we provide value, value, value. And we do dare say this, there's no space that you're going to be able to find a way to exponentially accelerate your mission like this. And if you found one, tell me what it is, because I'm going to go there. I'm Bella Rita, Jay Levine, everyone, as we are at certainly over time at this point. Bella, fantastic job, as always. I'll end by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, can't see anything in front of me. But as to the possibilities for acceleration that are right in front of us, even like the most masterfully successful people that want to go next level, it's so often right in front of us. But at some level, as to those possibilities to accelerate, Bella Rita, Jay Levine, at some level, we are all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Great job, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.